Hi, welcome back to another interesting episode of 5 Facts. Let's get into it. Today, we are covering wine by the glass, by the bottle, and by the region. Before we get into it, let's do a quick 10-second wine school. You've got red wines and you've got white wines. Red wines include Cabernets, Merlots, and Shiraz. For example, white wines include Chardonnay, Sauv Blanc, and Riesling, for example. But here's the thing. Those names, Cabernet, Chardonnay, Shiraz, they're all grape varieties. And the Cabernet grown in France tastes different than the Cabernet grown in Argentina. Same grape, but different terroir, different dirt. So for this video, we're not tasting wines. We're looking at the regions behind the bottles, the rivers, the mountains, the oceans, and the soils that shapes what ends up in your glass. Think of it as geography that you can drink. 5 regions, 5 facts. Let's go. Fact number 1, Bordeaux, France. Most people think Bordeaux is one place, but geographically, it's split down the middle by the Gironde estuary. That's a massive river mouth where 2 rivers meet before flowing into the Atlantic. On the left bank, you have the West estuary. The soil is mostly gravel, deep, well drained, and heat retentive. That's perfect for Cabernet Sauvignon. On the right bank, the soil is clay and limestone, cooler and wetter, which causes Merlot to thrive. Same region, same river, same climate, but 2 different wine styles just kilometers apart. In commodity terms, it's like having 2 different crops grown side by side because of a geographical line in the dirt. Next, we're going to Argentina, Mendoza specifically. This is one of the driest wine regions on earth. We're talking less than 200 millimeters of rain per year. That's drier than most deserts. So how do grapes grow? The answer is the Andes Mountains. Every winter, snow piles up on the peaks. When spring and summer hit, the snow melts and runs down the mountain in carefully managed irrigation channels. Farmers have been using this system for centuries, long before modern plumbing or irrigation. In fact, water rights in Mendoza are more valuable in some cases than land rights. You can own a vineyard, but if you don't have access to the meltwater, you don't really have a crop. It's a perfect example of how geography, not just soil, dictates what ends up in your $200 bottle. Interesting, right? Next, we move to Constantia, South Africa. 2 oceans, 1 vineyard. Constantia. This is the oldest wine region in the southern hemisphere, dating back to 1685. But here's the geographical magic. Constantia sits right where the Indian and Atlantic Oceans almost meet, at the foot of the Table Mountain. Table Mountain acts like a giant air funnel. It channels cool, moist breeze from both oceans directly onto the vineyards. That's a rare 2-ocean cooling effect you find almost nowhere else on Earth. During the summer afternoons, temperatures drop as low as 10 degrees as the ocean air rushes in. This keeps the grapes cool and crisp and slow ripening. In commodity terms, it's like having 2 different climate systems irrigating your crops with fresh air instead of water. Next, we move to California. California in the USA. California stretches so far north and south, over 1,300 kilometers, that it covers the same range of latitudes as the entire wine growing belt of Europe from Bordeaux to Tuscany. That means California doesn't have 1 wine climate. It doesn't have 2 or 3 wine climates. It has dozens. Cool climate Pinot Noir and Chardonnay thrive in coastal valleys like Sonoma and Santa Barbara. Think fog, 60-degree summers. Meanwhile, just a few hours inland, places like Lodi and the Central Valley can hit 100-degree days, perfect for Zinfandel or bulk reds. Everyone loves a good bulk red. You could drive from a cool Burgundy-like climate to a hotter, more southern Italian climatic environment in a half of a day. No other wine country in the world packs that much of a latitudinal range into one state or into one bottle. In commodity terms, California is like having Norway and Greece inside the same warehouse. Makes good for diversity. And then, our final fact, we're going to the beautiful Barossa Valley in Australia, where things really start to heat up. Unlike coastal regions, the Barossa is completely surrounded by a ring of mountains called the Barossa Ranges. The ring acts like a bowl. It traps hot air inside and blocks the ocean breezes. As a result, Barossa is Australia's warmest premium wine region. Summer days regularly hit 40 degrees Celsius over 100 degrees Fahrenheit. That kind of heat would ruin delicate grapes like Pinot Noir, but it's absolutely perfect for big, bold Shiraz. Here's the kicker. Barossa has some of the oldest continuously producing vines in the world, planted all the way back in the 1840s. Those vines survive because of the dry heat that keeps diseases away. You cannot grow that style of old vine Shiraz anywhere else in Australia. Move it to a cooler region and boom, the whole personality of the wine changes. That's geographically bottled. And there you have it. 5 wine regions that give these different wines their various unique characteristics. So, we all know about our favorite bottles of wine, but now we know a little bit more about the places that they come from. Thank you for watching another episode of 5 Facts. See you soon. Stay informed. Bye bye. Remember to like and subscribe if these videos have led to more interesting conversations or just been very fun to watch. See you next time.